Hello YouTube, Lysergic here, and we're back with another episode of Star Citizen. If you watched my last Star Citizen video, you may have noticed that I changed my hangar to the Southland hangar, which is, I think it's the former business class hangar. And this is the mid-range, probably in an industrial area once the Persistent Universe launches, you know, common man's hangar. And it's pretty cool. It definitely doesn't have the luxuries of the Aero Glass, Google Glass, whatever the hell it's called. What did it, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Revel in York, Aero Google Glass. I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's actually one of the points that I wanted to start talking about, is that they have issued another update to Star Citizen, and we have a bunch of new features now that we have been sorely missing for a long time. First and foremost of which is I am running this game in SLI right now at a solid, beautiful 60 frames per second, and how nice is that? SLI finally works. We don't have crazy, ridiculous instances of screen tearing every time you look at a certain point in your hangar. And another cool feature that they have added in this update is that you can arrange your ships in your hangar like wherever you want to put them. You can say, I don't want to show this ship in my hangar. You can arrange them to each room separately, like depending on the size of them, you can fit more than one ship in one room or spread them out. And I actually rather like the layout of this hangar with the segmented rooms. I put each ship in its own separate room, and that's kind of cool. So they have like their own hangar bay, Star Wars style takeoff thing. And one of the other very exciting features that they added that we have been sorely missing for a long time is you go to your options screen, and it looks, you know, kind of the same as it used to be. You know, you got your graphics, your game settings, all that good stuff. Now, I just wish they would disable VSync, but when you get over to controls, you know, what's different, Lysergic? I don't see anything new. Oh my god, what is that? Advanced controls customization. We have, well, I think it explains for itself. We have remappable key bindings in Star Citizen. You can take your HOTAS setup, you can take your joystick setup. Right now I'm using the keyboard and mouse, and say I don't want to shoot with my left mouse button anymore. Say I want to fucking eject with my left mouse button because I'm a boss. I can make eject left mouse button, and you could do that for, as you can see, the gazillion frickin' controls they have here. And it is much easier than trying to adapt to the system that they give you if you don't like it. Lucky for me, I like it. So hey, why not? Let's stick with this. So today I wanted to talk about the new update, and I wanted to talk about a couple other things. Obviously, the remappable key bindings is a huge, huge upgrade, and I'm really fucking excited about that. They've also changed ComStab, which ComStab is what makes my Freelancer MISC so pretty. Actually, it has nothing to do with my Freelancer MISC, but I was just looking at it, so I decided to say it did. What are you doing, bro? ComStab is like your traction control system, or your, you know, I guess your ABS kinda, your anti-slide system in your ship, and that's what kinda dictates the way that you're gonna slide around a corner, or you're gonna take like a 180 UE kind of thing. But what makes that such a big change is that it's no longer tied to what it used to be. It's now tied to the forward momentum of your ship. So when you go to yaw, instead of your ship spinning around and then applying thrust in that direction, if you have ComStab on now, which it didn't used to do, you'll now do a very graduated arc. So I'm going to read to you a short snippet of what they wrote in the update. What did I do with my reading glasses? I left them on the... Did I leave them on the coffee table again? Oh, there they are. What is ComStab? Also known as command stability, ComStab is an IFCS mode that attempts to guarantee any high-level command is carried out in a stable, controlled manner. Think of the future equivalent of modern fly-by-wire aircraft controls. It was originally intended to be a more generic concept, but has become synonymous with turn control or anti-slide, like I just said, and has sometimes been referred to as TCS, or a turn control system. So with the new TCS, ComStab, traction control, whatever you want to call it, your ship might feel a little like more sluggish to turn, and that's because it's going to decrease the velocity of your forward momentum as you're turning in order to give you that like wide arc of a turn instead of just a more spaceship type 0G turn where you turn in the direction you want to go, you apply thrust, and then your forward momentum vector slowly adjusts to go in the direction you want to go. I don't know if that makes any sense, what I just said, but it made sense to me, so screw you. And that's how it works basically. So you're gonna have a new comm stab mode. It's not new, it's been there before, but it didn't really work before. Now it really works, and it makes a huge difference in racing with the M50 or the 350R. So that's kind of cool. I like how it makes two very distinctive modes of flight now between the decoupled, which finally works, and the normal coupled mode. So let's hop into the dogfighting module. We'll have some fun, and we'll talk about the rest of the stuff that's in the update. I'm so pumped that I can't even really do a highlights reel video. I tried to get all the highlights in one video, and it worked out terribly, so I'm going to split it up into two. This video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the Arena Commander update. We're going to do, you know, some dogfighting footage for fun. And we're going to be talking about a little bit of the new content that's come out with the game. The second video, we will be focusing on more like the Persistent Universe and the new stuff that's come out relating to the Persistent Universe. One thing I want to talk about is the new Cutlass commercial. I don't have a Cutlass in my hangar, but it's basically going to be kind of like an alternative type thing to the Freelancer. It's going to be like a more scrappy, more low-tech almost, but cheaper to it, you know, cheaper to fix, cheaper to maintain kind of alternative to the Freelancer, which is going to be way more oriented towards piracy per se. And piracy is very exciting. That's going to be one of the things I am participating in with my organization, along with smuggling and all that good stuff. But anyway, let's jump right into it. The Cutlass commercial was awesome. It highlighted a lot of the cool features of the ship, like its ability to board, and it also introduced the Cutlass variants. There's going to be the Cutlass Blue, and the Cutlass Blue is going to be something like more like a police ship, something that you can do like some light bounty hunting in. I don't know why I'm walking into walls. Something you can maybe do some light bounty hunting in, something you could do like search and rescue or target interdiction, all kinds of cool things that you would want to do in your future missions. They also there was also a black and a red variant, and the red variant is something I really wanted to talk about because that is going to be a hospital ship, or like a mobile ambulance type deal. So I'm really psyched about that. I mean, how cool is a freaking mobile ambulance? That's going to be the coolest shit. And the black variant is the standard variant. Now, as you can see on the Arena Commander menu, I don't have all those ships. I never paid for none of them, but they are all available just this week. So you better get on Arena Commander and play with the ships if you don't have them. So it turns out I am completely incapable of flying the 350R, so that one's going to be out. Sorry, guys. But other than that, man, there's so much cool stuff in this update, which has been really cool for me personally to see as someone who's been back in this game since the very beginning. Like, there's so much cool stuff coming out as these modules get polished, and we, at CitizenCon, we just seen the release of the first the first demo of the PlanetSide module, and I'm so excited about all this stuff, man. As all these modules come together, we're gonna get like a very cohesive game, and we're gonna see all these cool systems like the shipboarding and the FPS, which we're gonna see at PAX Australia, and everything with, you know, all your custom HOTAS setups and SLI and all the cool good stuff that we've been waiting so long for is gonna come together. So let's get in here and tear some people up and talk about the stuff that we already have. We got them Cutlass variants we discussed. We got in the next update they're gonna do larger maps, which should be exciting. All the maps are gonna be twice the size, I believe, and with twice the size of the maps, there's gonna be, you know, a lot more space to move around. And when they do that, apparently they're gonna implement like a... Did everybody leave on me? Everybody left on me. When they do that, they're gonna implement a totally new power management system, which is like I can go behind a rock and hide in space and go cold per se, which by go cold I mean I can like turn off my engines or turn off my power plant, so that if I have a missile lock, which is currently one of the things that's like annoying, is crashing into rocks, and if I have a missile lock, oh come on, there's no really way other to avoid it than by using the countermeasure. So it creates this loop, as Chris Roberts called it, and the missile loop is going to be kind of worked out a little better by changing things to a system where we can turn off our power systems, we can change all sorts of stuff. What am I doing? So that we can go cold, per se, and have more options to avoiding missiles and getting stuck in that loop of countermeasure, missile lock, countermeasure, missile lock, countermeasure, missile lock. So now, if you can tell, the comm stab is obviously a little different right now. And if that guy blew off my motherfucking chain gun, no, he didn't. But he's dead now. See, I'm trying to turn as hard as I can, but because I'm at 100% throttle, it's a lot slower. And it's also a lot, I think it's a lot easier to black out with this new comm stab. So in dogfighting, where you're going to be doing a little bit more turret action, it might be beneficial for you to decouple if you need to make a quick maneuver in one direction and use your boost thrusters. So other than that, one of the really cool features I wanted to talk about that I am super freaking excited for is the hospital ships, and all the ships that we're seeing are coming out. Before I get into the hospital ship, the 890 jump was just announced, and holy crap, does that thing look cool. The 890 jump is like a totally high-class freaking you're too good for everybody else in the goddamn world space yacht. Literally like a space yacht. And that thing looks amazing. And you would think, okay, so it's a space yacht, so it probably won't have that many features or whatever, right? But, oh, that thing is going to have features out the wazoo. You're going to have all sorts... Oh, come on, how did I not get that kill? Now my guns are all overheated. You're going to have all sorts of, like, cool, you know, terraces, and, like, it's going to be like a hotel in space, man. But you're also going to have missions. That's the most important thing. There's going to be missions that you can only do if you have, like, a luxury touring ship. Like, you know, you might need to transport a VIP somewhere, or take, you know, this really high-class guy on a trading mission that he doesn't have the resources to bring his goods somewhere, but he's only willing to travel in style kind of deal. Like, there's going to be so much more stuff for you to... Oh, my thrusters is broke. There's going to be so much more stuff. I knew I wasn't steering right. For you to do other than get in the fight. There's going to be a lot more options besides just the trading, and every little thing, every little different type of mission for every different kind of person is going to have its own little subclasses. So let's try to find a match with some more people and stop this weird blacking out thing. Look, Ma, I'm in space. Check me out. No hands.
All systems online. Flare. Scanning.
So another cool thing added to the battle system that's a little different, that I'm super freaking excited for, is... Besides always having eternal comm stab in dogfights now, which is really annoying, but I like the system better this way anyway. Oh jeez. Now I've gone and messed up. I lost my other chain gun, didn't I? No, not quite. Okay, so another really cool thing that Chris Roberts added some light to in the Citizen Con thing is that he really is making an effort to make this game not only, you know, something based around PvP with some freaking, you know, economy and some trading subsets. It's not going to be anything like that. There's going to be an entire universe out there for you to explore besides dogfighting. Whether you want to do smuggling, whether you want to do passenger transport, whether you just want to be a trader who, you know, your whole life in Star Citizen could just be like, I ferry sewage. You know, I take waste from one planet to the next. And that's how I make my money, and you could be a fucking rich guy if you're the best guy at doing it. You could excel in any field. And one of the examples that we recently got of that, that's really exciting to hear about, is that we're gonna have this new ship that was one of our stretch goals, I believe. And this baby is called the Merchantman or something. The Merchantman? No, it's not the Merchantman. It's the other new one, the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer is going to be an awesome ship that could be converted between a salvage ship and a hospital ship. And what's very interesting about that is that you could have like this salvage ship that instead of being in the battle, you could still be a part of it. You could kind of be like behind the front lines. You're gonna like be taking parts off of ships that your friends may have blown up and cobbling things back together. There's gonna be this really cool system that's like a scaffolding system almost for like repairing ships in space. You know, like the second best thing to like a interstellar dry dock, which reading about that sounded really cool. But the Reclaimer is also going to have another feature where it could be converted to a hospital ship. And I have never heard of some shit like that in the game. You're going to, besides Planetside maybe, you're going to have your own hospital ship, which works as almost like a mobile spawn point. And that's it. You're going to have your own hospital ship, which works almost like a mobile spawn point that you can decide that you want to, you know, pick some guy up who's floating in a cryo tube or an escape pod in space, or, you know, once again, stay behind the enemy lines of the battle and not actually be involved in it, but be a huge asset by helping out your friends to revive people. You know, it might take off a life in your Death of a Spaceman mechanic, but it's going to be like a mobile respawn point other than having to go back to the nearest planet with a hospital or whatever you want to call it. So this is all, you know, like some really interesting, some really cool shit that I'm super freaking excited for, and I'm really looking forward to when this all comes together. And that's what made me so excited, and what made me have so much trouble doing this episode is that there's so much cool stuff that I want to talk about, and I can't remember it all at once. And like, this game is just going to be so cool, man. So go to robertspaceindustries.com, check it out if you're interested. If you are already a part of the community, which I'm sure everybody watching this video is, buy another ship, support the damn game, quit whining about everything in the forums, and just enjoy this beautiful, beautiful work of art that we have on CryEngine. So I'm going to eject and get the hell out of here. And we'll do a quick recap of the video. So we got the Cutlass commercial. That's cool. There's new variants. Go check it out. We got, you know, talking a little bit about how everything is going to be in fiction with the Death of the Spaceman and the repairing and the hospital ship and the Reclaimer, which recently went on sale for a concept. We got the 890 jump, which is like a crazy special, you know, special transport, like tourist, high touristry yacht type deal. And other than that, we got this new update with the custom keybindings and the SLI and the choosing your ships in the hangar and the putting everything in rooms. You could put whatever ship, whatever room you want. And that's pretty much it. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game, and I'm just so excited to see everything come together as one big persistent universe module. At CitizenCon, we had the Planetside demo, which I'm not even going to talk about. You should just really go watch for yourself if you are into that kind of thing. And that's kind of all I have to say for this one. I'm going to have another video next. I'm going to record right now where we talk a little bit more of the persistent universe, so that'll be up shortly after this one. That's going to be more focused on, you know, what's in store for the persistent universe and how those modules are going to come together. So that's really cool. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed getting blown up by everybody in space, guys. This is Lysergic signing out. Tune in next time for more Star Citizen. So basically, you got a lot of fun stuff to play around with this in this new update. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the persistent universe and maybe sucking a little less at dogfighting. Oh my god, there goes the back of my ship. Everybody eject. Get out, get out, get out. Bail. Oh, I made it. He didn't get me.